So here is the drop down part. You can see this had been broken down from the car, and here is a bearing. You can see this is inside, and this bearing is in half portion. Half had been broken. And what is this is the bearing cage. You know, they hold the ball and they hold the lubrication also for the bearing. This is the standard part for the bearing, you know it very well. And here is what I'm going to show you, the location where it was. So here, this is difficult to see because this is dark enough at the moment, but you will get some idea. As you know, this is what is the location of the bolt. You can see in the center. This bolt is holding what is known as this idler, or the idler pulley. It's holding. So here is what is this bolt we have to remove. So then we will be able to remove the remaining part of the bearing, and then we will fix another pulley or bearing whatsoever is required. So for this purpose, what I can do is I have to use a 14mm combination or a ring spanner. So here in my hand you can see, so what is 14mm. Here is the 14mm. You can see with this ring spanner I can open this bolt, which is 14mm and 14mm head size. I have to put it in. The problem here is this location is very much tight and very difficult to do the job in this car. What they are making nowadays, I don't know, really difficult to work on. These cars without the special tools you cannot even do it. So here is this part. As you can see, this is the bearing. The bearing had been failed, as I showed you already. So this is what is the replacement bearing. I just got it, and problem is this outer race. So this bearing is badly embedded in, and it got some temperature also while it was failing. So my idea is, as you will see, here is a collar, and we cannot see the bearing sides. If we were able to see those, we had to hammer it over here and drop it down, but it's not the case now. So what is my idea is, this is a metal piece actually, so I have to put it over here and weld it in the sides, and then while it will be welded, we will hammer it from this location. We will hammer it and drop it down, so the piece will grab the bearing and will drop it down, which is the requirement. So I will show you that procedure, but I am not going to show you the welding because this is not good for the camera to pick the welding image. Here is, as you can see, this is the new bearing which I fixed it, and here is the older outer race of the bearing, and here I am on the bench vise. So what I will do is I will have to tighten it and the bearing will go in. So by this way, using a screw jack, I am going to tighten it and inserting the bearing in. And this way, evenly, the bearing will go in. So we are making it even from all sides. This is important. And now is the time to make it hammer. So now is the time to hammer it from the top. And by hammering, you can see the bearing is going on in inside the pulley. So now as the sound is showing that this had been seated properly, and you can see, so now as you see this is seated properly, perfectly seated, and it's okay. But the problem with its bolt, you can see this bolt is having the inner race which is over here, and this inner race we will have to remove from this bolt. So what we will do is we will have to heat it up, and then we'll drop down this inner race because we are no more needing it. Instead the inner race will be used over here, this one, so it will be going like this, and well, this inner race will be removed. So as you can see here, we just provided a very little heat, and by very little of effort it come off something like this. So this is what is the bolt now, and it is ready to go in the pulley from this side like this, and then this threaded part will be tightened in the block. So this was what was our pulley maintenance or idler maintenance for this particular Hyundai Azera. So here is this part, you can see this will go in the car, this will go by the way like this. So here this bearing side will go in, and this collar side will come out. So this will be by this way, and I will fix it in its place. Either down, here down is its place. It's very difficult to do work with one hand and holding the camera. So here on this location, you can see I just put it on my ratchet in. So by this way I will rotate it. It's a very much difficult location, but let us do, because in today's automotives this is very common that they are fixing things in difficult locations. So I will show you a shot after tightening it. So here is what is the after shot. You can see just I put this pulley in, and now it's totally tight, and you can see this Serpentine belt. Now is the time to fix this, and here is what is the belt tensioner. This one, using 17mm spanner, I will be able to make it tension, and using this tool, which is ratchet, and of course 14mm, I just did the job. And let us see, now I'm going to put the Serpentine belt, and then we'll start possibly this vehicle. So here is what you can see. We just put the Serpentine belt, and now is the time to start the vehicle for the first time after this job. Okay, start it please. So this is what is a good start right after this job. So the job is successful, you can say. Here is everything. So the vehicle is running, it started, and it was a good job. So thank you for watching. Keep in touch and stay tuned. Here is what after the job. You can see the torn skin, the bruises, so many things I got in this job, and of course dirty hands. We will wash them. So this is what was the job on this car.